I'm Tara Jasper. I'm a 45-year-old mother of 3, a pilot, and a gin distiller. But this story is not just about me. This is about sparing 30,000 women every year the same fate that I had of being a breast cancer survivor when my cancer was preventable. 30,000 women every year just in the United States get breast or ovarian cancer when their cancer could have been prevented, because we have the tools today to prevent 10% of these female cancers, and we're not using the tools effectively. So here's what I know. Mary Claire King discovered the first BRCA gene in 1994. And then in 1998, those genes were patented, and the cost of a test was $10,000 at that time, because only one company could test for them. The very next year is when my mom, Carol, was diagnosed with stage 4. And she's no longer with us. But this is her friend Judith. Her friend Judith got to have a BRCA test and found out she had the mutation. And this picture was taken the other day. She is a healthy, strong 70-year-old woman today. So this is the difference that this test can make. And it's a very simple test. So in 2013, the Supreme Court agreed with me here. And they struck down that patent and said that no life-saving genetic information could be patented. And then numerous companies begin testing, and then the cost immediately goes down to $5,000 in that year. That's also when you might have heard about Angelina Jolie going public with her results, that she is a carrier of the mutation of the BRCA gene, just like me. And she went ahead and did her double mastectomy at age 37. So quite a brave woman there. Now, the American Cancer Association has not changed their guidelines. And this is what our doctors, when we talk to our doctors, they follow these guidelines. And they were the same back then as they are still today. And that is that you have to have 2 people in your family who have breast or ovarian cancer, or 1 55 and under, in order to qualify to have a genetic test. Yeah, so spurred on by Angelina Jolie, I decided to, whoops, I skipped a part. Let's go back. So, thanks. We don't want to skip him. Okay. So Angelina, so the American Cancer Association and their guidelines, this is really important, so I'm glad that he reminded me. They really are only focusing on the fact of the family history and this gene coming from your mom's side. But this gene can be inherited from your father's side as well. And I'm not a doctor, but I do know that men don't have ovaries, and most of the time they don't have breasts, and even the manliest of man can carry the BRCA gene, and then there would be no family history. So this is why there are so many people. This is why we know that 30,000 every year are getting diagnosed with cancer, and then they're finding out they had the gene afterwards, like me. That's too many. That's unacceptable. So I, 6 years after Angelina went public, I decided to ask my doctor if I could be tested. And actually, that's not true. Rewind. So right after Angelina did that is when I asked, and I was told no because my mom was 57. My sister also asked. We were both told that we didn't need to have a BRCA test. 6 years later is when I found the lump, and it was cancer. And I was very lucky. I found it very early, but it would be much better to not have cancer, because then there's always the fear of reoccurrence. And the thing for me is, I said to my doctor right away, well, great, this means I qualify for a BRCA test, right? And so they send me to the genetic counselor, and there's a 2-month wait to speak to a genetic counselor. And then that's the only person in my healthcare system who could order me a test. And the reason I decided to come and talk at TED here today is because I really wanted to share this part of my story. And this is when I got incredibly lucky. And I want to share this luck with all of you and everyone, because our system is failing us right now. And until they fix it, we need to fight for our own right to live. So a friend who's in the audience somewhere today, her husband is a breast cancer doctor at another healthcare facility, and he told me how to get a BRCA test. Really simple. 3 days later, not expensive, I found out that I had the gene. It's a $250 test, you guys. So then I was able to take that back to my doctor and qualify for a double M. I call it the free boob job. And this is the other important part of my message. So yes, it is like a boob job. It's not the double mastectomy that it used to be. 10 years ago, they totally reinvented the surgery. So they save your skin, they save your nipples. It's all still just you, and it's gorgeous. They're prettier than they were before. You get to, I swear, I want to show you, but they won't let me. They're amazing, and you get to pump them up whatever size you want, and they build in a bra. They build in a bra. Like, it's amazing. Like, everybody should want this. But I'm serious. It's not a scary thing anymore. So that is how we used to think about this, and we need to change the way we think about it. And so you might be asking why they haven't changed the guidelines. Basically, what I hear is that this might overwhelm the system if they say, hey, we want to test everybody all at once. But I think that someday, this will be just like the colonoscopy. At a certain age, everybody finds out 25 would be a great age. That way you can plan to have kids. You can plan your life accordingly. Men and women both need to know because there are a few male cancers that are connected to this as well. This is fabulous technology that right now we're not taking advantage of. And so the last thing is that you don't need to even ask your doctor. Just go online and order yourself a BRCA test. It will come to the house. You spit in a tube. There's no blood involved. It's saliva now. Best $200 you could ever spend. So thank you so much.